YouTube, what is going on? This is that NBA guy, Josh. It is July 12th, 2015, and on this video, I'm going to be going over why Carmelo Anthony is both a gift and a curse to the New York Knicks. Now, I'm sure every true Knicks fan already knows why I'm making a video like this, and quite frankly, it's because, it's the number one thing on everyone's mind. We need him, we don't need him, we need him, we don't need him. It's like picking dandelions or, whatever flower it is, I don't know. But, it's always a constant battle with this guy. We do need him or we don't need him, or he's not, he's too selfish. He doesn't really have the will to win a championship, but we need him. It's like back and forth. So obviously, I feel the same way. He is a gift and a curse at the same time. First, let's go over the reasons why he is a curse, because I want to obviously try to finish on a good note from a man. Now, reasons that Carmelo Anthony is a bad fit and just not good for the Knicks is the fact that he commands the ball so much. Now, granted, he is one of the best offensive players in the NBA. I'll even give him credit for being the best offensive player in the NBA. He could score at will whenever he wants. I really do think James Harden and LeBron are the only two that are even close to him. Just any possession they want to score, they go score. If they really truly want enough, they're going to figure out a way to get you to the basket, pop the three, or get fouled and take it to the free throw line. One of the three options, if they want to start putting points on the board for them, they do that. Now, Melo, I think, is a hint above that. So I think, you can definitely give Melo that award. The problem with him is he takes so many shots. His free field goal percentage is not high at all. So he's taking a lot of these shots. Like, yeah, he can score whenever he wants, but unfortunately, nobody makes all their shots, obviously. So, I feel like when it's really crunch time, he's there. When it's not crunch time, like getting into the middle of the third quarter, before that, it's like, if he wants to score, he wants to score. And in the second half of the game, usually it's too late. We're already down too much and we just can't overcome a lead or overcome a deficit. So, obviously he takes too many shots. Now, other reasons is, he just doesn't have the desire to want to win a championship. And, I'm happy he came back to the Knicks because, honestly, without him, we wouldn't have anybody worth talking about. Anybody. If you're going to be bad, you want to at least have, like, a guy that's, like, decent. Like, he's not mentioned in the top 5 NBA players in the league anymore. Which is honestly, it's crazy to think. It's like, it feels like just yesterday he was drafted, and now he's already on the decline in his career in terms of the rankings. It's crazy. It feels like his career just started. We're already like 11 or 12 years in, which is nuts. You got, the fact that he might just not want to win, if I'm glad he came back, right? Again, everyone would have just laughed at us if we were bad and had nobody on the roster, because at least we have some excitement with him. He makes the All-Star team every year, and it's nice to have that. I'd rather, it's better than it was when Marbury and Isaiah Thomas were there. That was hard to put up with, because that was just a roller coaster. Like, no good. We were literally the Oakland Raiders of the NBA. It was ridiculous. But Melo doesn't want to win a championship, because I'm glad he came back to our team, but if he wanted to win a championship, he would have signed with Chicago. He definitely would have not come back to New York. All he did there is prove that, and don't get me wrong, this is a good reason, but he doesn't want to leave home, which is not really his home, because he was born there, then moved, and then he grew up in Baltimore. So I don't know how New York is his home. I just don't get that. But if he wants to think it, that's fine. But in terms of like having a loyalty to the city where you can't leave to get yourself a championship, a little crazy. So he didn't want to leave home, and also some stuff about he didn't want to transplant his family. You're an NBA player. I mean, dude, LeBron literally will move to Antarctica if it meant he can win 7 more championships. I mean, he's willing to put up that sacrifice. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sacrifice yourself. That's the whole, like, that's what you do as an athlete. You sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your body, you sacrifice your just mind, you're zoned in on your sport. You're sacrificing a ton. Uprooting your family, I mean, granted, your wife might not be happy, your son not be happy, but trust me, when you win that championship, they're going to be like, listen, I completely understand, you know? You're not going to make anyone mad by making yourself, you know, that's why they're called your family. Keep that in mind. You know, he didn't want to go to Chicago. He also had the opportunity to go to Houston. I mean, if Melo went to Houston last year, do you understand that they would have had James Harden, Dwight Howard, Corey Brewer? Well, they might not have had Brewer because if Melo was there, he might not have gotten traded. But potentially, he had Corey Brewer, Trevor Ariza, Patrick Beverly before he got injured, and then you throw Melo into the mix. Oh, and Josh Smith. Well, who knows if Josh Smith would even be there as well. But if they had Josh Smith and Melo, oh my God, dude! I think that team had a true shot at making to the NBA Finals. I really do. I really think that they could have beat Golden State because Melo could have provided that offense for them. Instead, he comes back to New York. He comes back to New York. Why would you come back to New York if you want to win championships and you know your window is closing? Why would you do that? So I just don't think he wants to win. I'm rambling on about the bad stuff. Let's talk about the good stuff. One of the best scorers in the NBA. One of the best, most likable players in the NBA. Melo is still a very popular player. You know, he has that swagger and look about him that people like. Obviously, he signed the brand Jordan as his own signature line under the Jordan brand. You know, he dates, or he's married to Lala Vasquez, formerly of MTV, who's a very big, she's a very big personality in the urban community. People love her to death. And, he's just a very likable player. So it's nice to have him on our team. So we definitely have someone to root for. And, other good stuff about him. I mean, besides being a fantastic scorer, I feel like, in ways he is a good teammate. I feel like he needs to take more of a leadership role like LeBron James. You're 12 years into your career and we haven't seen what we thought we would see out of you leadership-wise. You're nothing compared to LeBron. It's like night and day. But, I think he does a decent job. I mean, I just think it's his personality, which is fine. It's just, some people just, that's their personality, which is fine, But, I think he really does need to get that killer instinct in him so, he could just, be a better leader. But I think he's a decent teammate. And, without him, who would we have? We wouldn't have anybody, really. I mean, we'd be betting on Porzingis to, take us to the promised land in 5 years and become a good player. That would be our hope. I mean, I barely got through last season. I thought I was going to die mid-season to how bad they were. Another 5 years of that, and I'm sorry, I'm picking another NBA team to root for. I can't do it. Another 5 years of that, I mean, literally, I will go to jail for 5 years before watching that again. So, without him, we wouldn't have any superstar or someone to root for, everything like that. Carmelo Anthony, do you think he's more of a gift or more of a curse? You let me know. Personally, kind of stuck in the middle. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I hate him. So, I'm kind of undecided on that path. Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right? Be good. Peace.